Salve, salve, galerinha! Trazendo mais vídeo pro canal. Galerinha, hoje nós vamos estar jogando aqui o Genshin Impact. E no vídeo de hoje nós vamos estar fazendo aqui a terceira e última missão do evento aqui da Poeira e Neve Escura. Vamos marcar aqui já. Essa aqui já é a terceira e última missão, né? Do Albedo. Então já queria pedir o pessoal deixar aquele like, se inscrever no canal. Se você não for inscrito, vídeo todos os dias, ative aí o sininho das notificações para você receber a notificação dos vídeos. Queria agradecer o pessoal tá se inscrevendo no canal, o pessoal tá deixando aquele feedback nos comentários, o pessoal tá compartilhando aí os vídeos nas redes sociais. Muito obrigado. Lembrando que eu estou fazendo lives, se vocês quiserem participar das lives, só seguir meu canal que está aparecendo aqui embaixo e ativar notificações para vocês ficarem sabendo quando ficar online. Então, galerinha, sem mais delongas aqui, vamos dar início. A Paimon já chega, né, naquela empolgação.
Traveler, Paimon. I suppose your story is ready.
Yep. How about you? Do you need...
No need. I am also...
Paimon calls dibs. Paimon...
Please, go ahead.
Okay, here goes. Once upon a time, there was an evil researcher who went into the mountains and did a crazy experiment on whopper flowers to transform their appearance. After a lot of pain and suffering, to whoever spoke to them, they would ask some questions such as, who am I? Who are you? If the bypasser got the wrong answer, the last sound they'd make would be a yelp before the whopper flower ate them alive in one...
Ooh, truly frightening.
What the... You two aren't scared at all! Don't go nitpicking, okay? If you didn't like the story, go write your own!
In other words, the whopper flowers would ambush and then completely replace their victims.
And then what? Go back to where the person lives? Enter their home? Eat their whole family? Paimon made up this story, but now Paimon's the one who's scared by it.
It's a good story. Oh, may I write it down? I may bring it up in future conversations.
What for?
Yes.
You've got a real mean streak, Albedo.
Mine is a little longer than yours. A great alchemist once created Subject 1. Subject 1 was her proudest achievement, and successfully blended into human society. No one ever would have thought that this friend of theirs was... However, unbeknownst to Subject 1, the alchemist had tried the same experiment many times before he had come into being. Some of the rejects from failed experiments had been discarded, but Subject 2 was one such failed experiment. He was swallowed by a great dragon that came to rest upon a snow-swept mountain. Many years later, he was resurrected by the dragon's mysterious power. He saw all kinds of people on the mountain, including Subject 1, who had somehow miraculously blended in. Never in Subject 2's wildest imagination had he thought it possible for experimental life forms such as they to deceive everyone so successfully. He saw the way humans accepted Subject 1 as a friend. This was what Subject 2 wanted. Now, all that Subject 2 desired was to...
This is giving Paimon the chills.
Subject 2 began to unfold his plan. He stole Subject 1's books and notes, and studied all that Subject 1 had learned from the alchemist. He changed his face into an exact replica of Subject 1's face. Then, he found a plant with mimicry capabilities, and transformed it using dragon blood and alchemy. And so, not only did Subject 2 transform his own appearance to perfectly match that of Subject 1, he also created a third entity, Subject 3.
What?
But Subject 2 wanted to become a perfected human. So, he erased a mark in both his and Subject 3's necks. For these marks were symbols of imperfection. In my view, it was probably a subconscious act, an instinct. He so desperately craved to become a perfect human being that he forgot something. Human beings are defined. Subject 2's plan was meticulously crafted. Subject 3 would draw Subject 1's attention. After Subject 1 disposed of Subject 3, he would assume the threat had now disappeared, and would let his... The next moment that Subject 1 was alone, Subject 2 would make his move. He would secretly replace the Subject 1 of everyone's memories, and inherit his identity, residence, clothing. People would have no idea that the individual they knew had become somebody else from one day. But just before Subject 2 could carry out his plan, a unique stranger entered the mix. Subject 2 tried to make contact with this person.
Ele tá contando a história do...
What's wrong?
What happened then?
He became a new stage in Subject 2's plan. One more person that Subject 2 had to dispose of. It's as if there were 3 identical roses in a garden. Only one of the 3 was a fine specimen, while the other 2, in all the world, only the gardener who tended to them could tell which was the good specimen. People do not like poisonous plants. Only a perfect rose can fetch a high price. If the inferior specimens wanted to conceal the fact of their worthless, this is exactly what Subject 2 was.
That was intense! So what happened after that? Did Subject 2's plan
Fortunately, it is just a story. And even in this story, Subject 2 did not succeed. But monsters mutated with Durin's power and blood are also creatures of Rhine-Daughter, just like me. You must beware of all such I'm glad to hear that. It's okay. I know what I am. You and... The only thing is that sometimes, when I think about as beings who set foot in this world, how arrogant are we in desiring to control our destiny, and in desiring to create? Is creation an arrogant act, traveler? If not, why do we call the ones that created us and control us gods? If it is, then what qualifies us to call ourselves creators? How far? Nothing special. Whenever I think about it.
Hello?
Ah, o pessoal chegou.
Thought we might find you here.
We're here to deliver a message from...
Winter camp is nearing its end. Apparently, even provisional instructors are required to attend.
Looks like we need to go, Albedo.
Then I won't keep you. I have some things to attend to here, so forgive me for not seeing you down.
Don't worry about it. There have been no issues getting up and down the mountain recently.
Is everyone ready?
Ok, vamos descer lá pro acampamento.
Huh? Who is this guy? Allow me to introduce Yozerv. He's Joel's father.
Ah, o cara.
Dad, this is that traveler I was telling you about. The travelers helped me out loads
Será
in the
que ele
past,
é
and this time,
uma
they
cópia?
even built a snow...
Joel has told me everything about you. I can't.
Wow! Wait a second. Why is Cyrus discreetly wiping tears away? And Pallet is the hero of the hour this time.
Okay, the weather was fine on that fateful day, and I had a feeling that Lady Luck was smiling down on me. So I trusted my gut and set off to explore somewhere new, somewhere dangerous, because where the...
Why does this sound so hard to...
But I had only been away from the group for a short while when... I fell down a slope and just...
Uh-oh. Did my bad luck rub off on him when we ran into each other on the mountain?
The place I fell to was somewhere I didn't recognize, and I'd sustained a few injuries. I remember thinking to myself, this is the... Then I met Yozerv. He'd heard the sound of me falling and came out to see what was going on.
Huh?
Wow! So it was
I thought he must have been someone from the Adventurers Guild here for the event, but after a few words of conversation, it was clear that he was having memory problems. He didn't even know his own. The temperature was freezing, and there was no time to deal with all that there and then. So I convinced him to come back to the camp with me. We got back to the camp, ran into Joel, and the moment he saw him, he froze for a second, with this completely stunned expression on his face, and then...
My memory has still not fully recovered, but Joel and his mother, they are the only ones that I will not know.
Daddy.
Daddy's right here, Joel.
Joseph, don't you remember anything? The poor princess? Feeding the foxes?
I'm sorry. I have no recollection. Maybe I woke up and found myself covered in blood. My things were gone, and there was nothing to indicate. I crawled into a cave and settled in for a slow recovery. After my legs and feet were a little better, my hunting skills were what kept me alive.
Dad, I was...
I'm all right now, Joel. Oh, don't cry.
Oh, this is good. This is...
You know what, though?
I knew it.
No, I just meant if it weren't for you, there's no way I ever would have run into Yozer. Besides, we got back safely, didn't we? So don't blame yourself.
Ballad.
Huh? Am I?
Oh, yeah. I want to say thank you to the Traveler, Uncle Sa. You all helped look after me, and but I guess I can't take the snowman with me, or it'll melt.
Oh, I can help with that. One moment.
Huh?
Here, take this. It's powdered rime. Just add it to your snowman, and it will...
Wow! Dad, I have an unmeltable
How can I ever repay you all? Thank you all.
Dad, I want to go move the...
Okay.
Very well, very well. It's time for Pallet and I to have another discussion concerning his breaches of adventure.
Huh? But Cyrus...
Oh, I made this for you and Amber.
Are you...
Come on now.
Wow! Now our snowman...
You're welcome. Just Amber and I have some business to...
See you! Oh! Maybe we should try Timaeus again.
Vamos para a loja de alquimia lá em Mondstadt.
Listen, as long as you stick to your own...
Ah,
Traveler and Paimon. What? Wait a minute. You've got that mischievous...
Timaeus, will you help us?
Well, if the Traveler isn't really interested, then, yeah, maybe I'll give this one a...
No, but Paimon-san said...
In the time it would take me to research something like that, I could probably pick those sons...
New research project, Timaeus?
o Albedo chegou do nada.
Oh, Albedo, thank goodness. So the situation is...
Majorly important, that's what it is. If you can manage to invent this...
That's impossible.
Oxe. Ele tava com a estrelinha e depois sumiu. Ah, aquele dia, né?
Turning fruit into juice is not hard, but keeping it right, Traveler?
What about his name?
What's wrong? From the look on your face, it's as if you...
Albedo, you were saying, how do you stop...
Well, one way would be to bury your fruit on Dragonspine.
But then...
You could always live,
No, too...
or you can give the fruit to me, and I would take it to Dragon's... But since you don't like the cold, you'd... This is where you come in, Traveler.
Suddenly sounds a lot more feasible with other people do...
Fruit buried... Who knows? Maybe the next...
Then Paimon will have to be a gardener!
Oh? Well, I don't think being a gardener is...
Albedo! Stop trying to get your hands on Paimon's super sweet Sinseria! Of course it bothers Paimon!
Okay, when someone's pockets are full. And
Ok, galera, concluímos aí a missão. Espero que vocês tenham gostado. Ó, abriu aqui, né, a última parte do boneco de neve pra gente fazer. E eu acho que ainda tem as missões aqui do treinamento, né? As últimas. A gente vai fazer um vídeo só delas, essas missões. Eu vou estar publicando depois. Então espero que vocês tenham gostado aí da finalização da história. Deixa aquele like, se inscreva no canal. Se você não for inscrito todos os dias, ative aí o sininho das notificações para você receber a notificação dos vídeos. Queria agradecer o pessoal que tá se inscrevendo no canal, o pessoal tá deixando aqueles primeiros comentários, o pessoal tá compartilhando aí os vídeos nas redes sociais. Muito obrigado. Lembrando que eu estou fazendo live, se vocês quiserem participar das lives, só seguir meu canal que está aparecendo aqui embaixo. E ativar notificações para vocês ficarem sabendo quando eu ficar online. Então é isso, galera. No próximo vídeo, valeu, falou e fui!